Hey friends, welcome back to the mat with me. Let's find a nice comfortable seat. You can sit any way you please, legs out in front of you, soles of the feet together or crisscross like I am. We're going to start with a big inhale and long exhale out the mouth. 2 or 3 more times. Give yourself a big inhale, feeling those ribs expand, the belly expand. And on your exhale, you can even sigh it out. Let out whatever you need out with that exhale out the mouth. 1 more time, big inhale, fill up the lungs. Long exhale out the mouth. We're going to start by doing just something very simple, very quickly. We're going to reach the left hand up and over, falling onto that right forearm at the side of our body, getting a nice side body stretch. If you can't come onto your forearm or elbow, just come up to the palm of your hand at a level that works for you. Same thing on the other side, reaching up and over. And release. Take the shoulders up into the ears and then roll the shoulders back down the back. We're going to start today by simply coming to all fours first, finding some movement in the spine and even a little bit in the neck here, just looking up towards the sky. Big inhale, and on your exhale you're going to round the spine, making a cat pose. Once again, coming into cow, looking towards the ceiling, and a nice deep arch of the back, rounding that spine. You can even add a neck circle here, or a little undulation in the hip or upper body if you feel like you need that. And once again, looking up towards the ceiling on your inhale and rounding that spine one last time. Come to a neutral spine. And we are going to then come into a nice thread the needle, reaching that right arm up towards the sky. And as you exhale, allow that right arm to slide behind the left, resting the side of the head or your temple on the mat. If you would like, you can keep your hand right where it was, or you can stretch it out like you see me doing right out in front of you. Find what works for you. Keep those hips center and above your knees. And I will step back in when it's time to go to the other side. Great job. Let's go to the other side, reaching that left arm up, looking towards the ceiling nice and long, and sending that energy behind the other arm, resting the head on the mat. Feeling that opening in the upper back, and still allowing yourself to stay connected to your breath. That was awesome. Slowly make your way out of thread the needle on that second side. And still staying on hands and knees, we're gonna grab our blocks if you feel like you will need them. We're gonna come into a dragon pose to start, taking that right foot in between the hands. Once you feel settled with your blocks, or whether you're keeping the hands on the mat, once you're at a level that you feel good, just hold here in just our basic dragon pose for a moment. Really letting that back hip flexor go shift towards the mat. So you're letting that back hip really drop as low as it can go while still being able to hold the pose. Back knee is on the mat. Easier said than done, but try not to put too much tension in the shoulders and the arms. I know we do have to hold ourselves up here, but you get my gist. Now we're going to take that back leg, grabbing onto it, looking towards the sky, keeping the chest nice and open, heart towards the ceiling. You're going to definitely feel a bit of a deeper stretch in that back leg in this twisted dragon that we found here. So if you do feel quad and hip flexor with a bit more intensity, that is the goal. If you cannot reach that back foot, do not fret. You can simply reach that arm back and look towards the ceiling or the back of the room, whatever works for you, keeping your chest nice and wide while you still keep that back foot on the mat. Releasing here if you did hold on to the foot. And we're going to switch sides, doing the same exact thing we did here. So I'm going to talk a little less now that you know what we're doing. First, find your dragon pose, and we're going to hold this for a moment. Go ahead and take that back leg, looking towards the sky, and try not to shift back. I know the intensity of this feeling can be like, wow, oh yeah, I really feel it. And it makes you want to shift away from that sensation. You actually want to think of sending your body a little bit more forward so that you can really sink into the fullness of the stretch. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that back foot and gently come out of the pose. Place your blocks to the side here, and we're going to come onto our stomachs. Taking your right hand into a goalpost position and just get it where you need it to be. Maybe it needs to go higher, maybe it needs to go lower, but you can sort that out. We're just going to roll onto our side, onto our right side. And feeling that chest sensation, you most likely will feel it in your pecs, your pectoral muscle. You're going to feel that sensation there. And maybe this is a lot for you, and you might need to adjust your arm or adjust where your feet are if you need to come off of that sensation a tiny bit so that you're able to hold the pose here. We are going to be here for some time. If at any point you feel like you want a bit more and a deeper, more intense sensation in the pec, you're welcome to take that top foot and just bring it slightly behind you. And you'll see me do that in a moment, actually, if you're confused on what I'm talking about. All right, friends, if you had that foot towards the back, go ahead and release it. We're going to come back to our neutral tummy in the center. Shake it out if you need to, and then set yourself up on the left, goal posting that arm, supporting yourself in the front, rolling over onto your side, and just feeling whatever sensation you need to feel in this moment. If you need to give yourself more, you're welcome to do that. Remember, we're not in a rush, so it's totally okay if you want to give yourself more a little ways into the stretch. right, friends, let's roll back on to our stomachs. And from here, just push back, widen the knees, big toes together, and just come into a nice child's pose. We're not going to be here long, but just relax. Resting the forehead on the mat, softness in the elbows, softness in the face. Deep breaths here. Gently walk your hands back to the center of the body. And then we are going to set ourselves up in a nice seated position, grabbing our strap and finding archer arms. So to set this up, you can not use your strap and just reach your right hand at the top, reaching down the spine, and then the left hand will come from underneath to meet it. And if you can clasp your hands, or your hands can meet in the center of your back and you don't need a strap, then you don't need a strap. If you'd like a little assistance today, you can take that strap and just get comfortable with finding a good distance for your hands with the help of the strap. Keeping the chest wide, try not to round over the shoulders or the spine. You want to really think of opening up everything here. Left arm is reaching up the strap, and that top arm is reaching down. And as we get better and better and more flexible in this area, you will start to notice that the hands will either meet, or you no longer need the strap and you can just clasp your hands together. But never be afraid to modify or give yourself any assistance that you need. That's what your props are for. All right, friends, release. If you need to shake it out, shake it out. And then we're gonna set the same thing up on the other side, except you're reaching the left arm above head towards the back of the spine, and then you're reaching from underneath with the right hand. Once again, take your time to figure out where on the strap your hands are most comfortable. You should feel tension in that strap, enough tension to be able to keep the stretch open. Great job, friends. Let's release. out of this archer arm on the left side, putting away our strap for today. We're all done. We're going to meet on our backs together. And taking your feet flat onto the mat, pulling that right knee in first. And then letting the other join and giving your knees a hug for a moment here. Maybe you want to rock from side to side, giving that low back a tiny massage. Goalpost arms, and we're going to keep it real simple today. Just let those knees fall over to the right side. Your gaze is looking at the ceiling or at the hand that is opposite in the direction of your knees. And just stay here. You can close your eyes, you can focus on your inhale and exhale and really just feel the twist in the low back and any other sensations and messages that your body might be giving you here. Just focus on you. All right, friends, let's come out of our twist on that side. Bring the knees towards the center and then let them fall to the other side. Let's bring the knees back towards the center. One last hug of the knees towards the chest. Just hugging yourself, thanking yourself before we come into Savasana. So allow yourself to really sprawl out here. And you can take either hand to your heart and the other hand on the tummy. And either soften your gaze here or close your eyes and just really get connected with the rise and the fall, that sensation of your inhale and your exhale. Focused on the moment. And in this moment, I just want to remind myself and you that have joined me on the mat today that this was all about focusing on the heart today, opening of the heart to ourselves so that openness can be extended to others. You deserve so much love. And what better way and what better start to that love than it to be your own love of self. And you should love yourself the same way that you would want to love on someone else. And know that whether it's friendship, romance, strangers, you deserve love. You deserve respect, and you deserve appreciation. Releasing the hands and just letting them fall to the side. You can have the palms up if you're in the mood to receive love. And as you rest here, I'm just going to remind you once again that we all deserve to be seen, loved, protected, heard, and felt. And I hope this practice left you feeling open and bright, ready to give and ready to receive all the love that's out there waiting. Let's start to come back to our bodies. Find some movement in the feet and the hands. Maybe you want to stretch out a bit. We're gonna bring the knees toward the chest once more. Hug yourself. Thank yourself. Roll over onto your side. And then let's come and find a seat together to take one deep breath together to end today. Sitting up nice and tall, we scoop the hands from the bottom. Big inhale. And exhale, heart center. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. Be well, Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next video.